So running is something that is very popular the past couple of years. I mean, myself, I've ran for well over 5, 6 years. Back in the days when I used to play football, when I used to box, running was something that I used to do every single week. But only the past couple of years I've actually taken it seriously. Done a couple of half marathons, I've done a 10K race, I've been running twice a week for the past couple of months and whatever. So I've kind of built up my confidence and my experience with that. And by all means, I'm not great at running. I am no way, shape or form an elite runner. I'm not amazing at running, but when it comes to balancing running with your physique goals and chasing weight loss and chasing muscle building, that's my bread and butter. And what I've seen happening over the past year or so is people thinking that running is going to help them build the physique that they want. Dropping body fat, getting to a body fat percentage which you are happy to maintain year round, building muscle, creating that lean aesthetic look, basically achieving a body where people look at around the pool on holiday and go, yep, they definitely go to the gym. And I don't blame them, to be honest, because every couple of swipes on Instagram you see some douchebag doing a high rocks or doing a running event with the top off, or if it's one of the girls who've got minimal clothing on and they're all in sick shape. But I'm here to tell you that they didn't build their physique doing running. They built their physique through exposure to weight training and everything we're going to talk about in this video prior to running. So in this video, I'm going to dive into the hows and whys on how you can balance running with your physique goals. So if you are someone who wants to get lean, build muscle, create that toned, lean, athletic body, but also do running at the same time, we're going to cover everything in this video. So the first thing we need to outline is what type of training is running. Running is a cardiovascular exercise. It's great for the heart, it's great for the lungs, it's great for building fitness. And we know that if we have a good level of fitness, we will literally live a better life. We'll be able to do things for longer, we'll live longer, we'll be able to take the stairs, we'll be able to be mobile when we're older. So having a good ticker and a good level of cardiovascular fitness is so important for longevity and overall health. But let's not kid ourselves. If you want to build muscle and achieve a lean body and look like someone that actually goes to the gym, running's not going to do that. It burns calories, a lot of fucking calories actually, but at what cost? It increases fatigue. All right, you'll probably find that when you've done a long, hard run, you feel very fatigued. And what happens when we've got more fatigue? We're talking increased appetite, we're talking poorer sleep, we're talking poorer decisions with our nutrition that day. It also puts a lot of stress on your joints, which is very much the case if you were someone who's got quite a bit of body fat to lose. If you were running, you were putting up to 4 times your body weight through your feet, your ankles, your knees, which obviously isn't great for your joint health either. Your body adapts to the said stimulus that you apply. So if you are just running 2, 3, 4 times a week and nothing else, your body is going to get better and more efficient at running. But that can actually mean you might lose muscle and you're never really going to build muscle if you were just running. Because we know the more muscle we have, the more demand our body needs for oxygen. So if we take that, we know that if we are only running, that's basically telling our body that in order for us to become more efficient and better at running, we need to have less muscle mass. So that will start to eat away at your muscle mass. That's why a lot of marathon runners and a lot of people that are really good at running are built like this pen here. So what should you actually do then? If you are someone who wants to get lean, build muscle and create that toned, fit, lean body, but you also enjoy running as well, what should you actually do? Can you do both simultaneously, or do you have to quit one another? We're going to discuss the plan now. So in my opinion, you need to earn the right to start running. I know that sounds that's a bit harsh, but you do. If you were someone who is 10, 15, 20 kilograms overweight and you're over fat, you've got too much body fat than you want, you starting running is just going to put so much stress and demand on your body that you'll eventually either give up because it's so hard, or you'll get injured and you're forced to give up. So your first job right now is to get to around about 15% body fat. That is a healthy target to be aiming for, where your body is lean enough to actually progress and get better at running. And if you want a helping hand doing that, first link in the description will be to my rapid fat loss guide, where I'll show you how to get to that 15% body fat. But that is kind of definitely your first job. If you were sitting here right now, you want to get in shape and get better at running, your first job is get down to 15% body fat. And then instead of running, maybe just do some low impact cardio, maybe the bike, the rower, the Stairmaster, just stick to them for now. And then once you're starting to get lean enough, that's when you can start introducing running into your program. And then once you are lean enough, I actually want you to be making sure you're going to the gym as much as you are running. Because remember, your goal isn't to just get better at running. That's not what you're here for. Your goal is to get better at running and get lean, fit and strong. So a great workout program to do that could be Monday, you're training full body, so head to toe, 2 to 3 exercises for the legs, 2 to 3 exercises for the upper body, maybe 1 for the core as well. These full body workouts are great because they don't massively put a demand on your legs. So your legs are pretty fresh going into any runs you've got during the week. Whereas if you just train legs and do 5 or 6 exercises for legs, your legs are going to be pretty shot for your run the next day. So Monday, I would do a full body session. Wednesday, I would do intervals where you're aiming to get faster every single week. So you could do 2 times 3K, 2 times 2K, 2 times 5K, whatever you're kind of starting at the moment. Friday, you could do another full body weight where you do the same, 2 to 3 for the legs, 2 to 3 for the upper body, but you change the exercises. And then Saturday, you could do a long, easy run where you're focusing on building the distance and building your aerobic base over time. I know that sounds a little bit rough, a little bit basic, but I don't want to go through it all in this video because it'll be half an hour long. If you go to that rapid fat loss program in the link in the description, there'll also be an example workout program which has them 4 days in there. And the last point I want to talk about with you today is probably the most important one. All right, it's split your year up into phases. When we try and become a jack of all trades, we end up doing everything to a shit degree. So if you want to build muscle, drop body fat, and get better at running, and you want to try and do all of them at the same time, you'll probably do all of them very shit. So what I recommend you do is split your year up into phases. So let's take me, for example. January up until March, I was in a muscle building phase where I was primarily focused on building muscle, and I was eating in a slight calorie surplus, and the only cardio I was doing was Stairmaster and bike. So I was building an aerobic fitness. I was still, building my fitness, but I just wasn't doing any running because I was a little bit heavier. I was trying to build a little bit of muscle, and I really didn't want to prioritize running at that point in time. April up until now, so this is mid-July right now, I've been in a fat loss phase. I've been trying to drop body fat, and whilst I've been getting lighter and looking to do that, I've been picking the running back up. So in January, I was training in the gym 4 times a week and doing 1 cardio session. Now I'm doing 3 times a week in the gym and 2 runs per week. And then around about September time, I'm going to go back into a muscle building phase because I don't really want to be lean anymore. I wanted to do fat loss because it was summer. I was going to Ibiza with the lads. I was going away with my missus, so I want to be a little bit lean. But in September, I'm going to go back into a building phase because I don't mind prioritizing muscle building at that point in time. I don't really want to stay lean over the winter. So that's what I would recommend you do right now. I would recommend splitting your year up into phases because, like I said, it's very hard to do all of these things at once. And then once you start splitting your year up into phases, you'll achieve your goals a lot more efficiently. So that is everything that I would like to cover in today's video. So hopefully that's give you a really good idea on how you can get better at running and work towards your visual goals. Like I said, halfway through this video, if you want a bit more of a hands-on program, first link in the description will be to my rapid fat loss program, which actually does include a 4-day workout program with 2 runs and 2 gym workouts. So if you want to get your hands on that, first link in the description. Or if you want to just get more daily content just like this, I post every single day over on my Instagram. So if you want to drop me a follow and follow the journey, that'll also be in the link in the description where you can drop me a follow and get more content just like this. Thanks for watching, and hopefully catch you in the next one.